Hey guys, it's Rai here with an exclusive mini series of lessons for all of my mailing list subscribers. What I wanted to bring to you is the biggest light bulb moment that I have ever had as a player. This changed everything for me. And what I have tentatively called this series is how to overcome standard tuning. Now I'm positive that what I'm going to show you is going to radically accelerate your learning process when it comes to chords and scale patterns on the fretboard. So what am I talking about? Well, firstly, standard tuning are those 6 notes that we tune the guitar strings to. E, A, D, G, B, E. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, coming from our musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Now you probably know those notes, but did you know there is an anomaly? The difference between each string is 4 alphabet letters. E to A, for example, is E, F, G, A. It's 4 letters. A to D, A, B, C, D, 4 letters. D to G, D, E, F, G, 4 letters. This distance encompassing 4 letters is what we call a perfect fourth. Those notes are said to be a perfect fourth apart. That works fine until we get to string 3, G, and 2, the B. These 2 strings are said to be a third. More precisely, a major third apart, because the letters G, A, B, it encompasses 3 letters and not 4. So we have a major third between string 3 and string number 2. Between string 2 and 1, we are back to a perfect fourth, B, C, D, E. That's a fourth. So what do we do now we've established that? Well, to know there is a frets difference between a major third and a perfect fourth. Okay, that's why, if you've ever done the 5th fret tuning, you lower down 1 fret as you tune string 2 from 3, because a major third is 4 frets, a perfect fourth is 5 frets horizontally. What that means then is as we move any shape, whether that's a chord or a scale pattern across the strings, we need to adjust that pattern by 1 fret as we hit string number 2. To illustrate that, we're going to first take a triad chord shape. That is the essence of a chord, with 3 notes making up a triad. We are going to take an example of an A triad. At the 5th fret, I have the notes A, C sharp, and E across strings 6, 5, and 4. Distinctly happy, it's a major chord, a major triad. Now what I'm going to do is take that shape across the strings and see how we have to change it to accommodate the tuning difference. If I want to move that shape down and place the root note, that note at the bottom which names the chord, onto string 5, I can do so very simply by just taking every single note down 1 string. Nothing is going to change, but that is going to now be a D chord, a D major triad. But then if I want to move this down 1 string, the note falling under finger number 1 will move onto string number 2. That doesn't sound right. Why doesn't it sound right? Because of the tuning difference. And so what we must always do when we move a note from string 3 to 2, we must raise that note falling onto string number 2 by 1 fret. So my 2nd fret on string number 2 will be raised up 1 fret to fret 3 of string 2. And there then is my major triad when I root it upon string number 4. That is the note G, so this is a G triad. So if I move this shape then down a string toward the floor again to root it upon string number 3, that's going to be a minor triad. Why? Because we've not yet adjusted. So that note upon string number 2, which we'd think upon as an E flat note, we need to raise 1 fret to then have a major triad. So what we're doing there, we're taking 1 shape and we're moving it across the strings to see how it changes. Major triad, major triad, major triad. But what about going the other way? Well, the opposite is said to be true. So if I take this shape, which is actually going to be an E triad, it's a D chord shape, but up 2 frets makes an E chord. If I had that shape and I wanted to take it up the strings toward the ceiling, I could do so, just moving those fingers up. But this time, it's when a note moves from string 2 to 3, that the note has to be lowered. We hear that's not quite right. I would need to lower the note that falls on string number 3. So from string 2 to 3. Then I have my major chord when played across strings 4, 3 and 2. All in that 4th fret. Again, if I wanted to move it up a string set, I could immediately move it up. But again, the note that has moved from string 2 to 3 must be lowered 1 fret. And then I have that triad shape when placed across strings 5, 4 and 3. Kind of looks like the open E chord. And that's not going to change as I move up to strings 6, 5 and 4 because I've not crossed the problem strings. So there is that same chord shape, but when it's placed upon strings 6, 5 and 4. So what I would recommend you do is take a chord shape that you know and try and move it across the strings in either direction, remembering that if you're going from strings 3 to 2, you must raise the note falling on string 2 1 fret. And then if you're moving up toward the ceiling, any note falling on strings 2 to 3 must be lowered by 1 fret. So please do feel free to contact me with any questions you've got on this, and in the next video, we're going to take a look at how it affects pentatonic patterns.